Good morning and welcome to our show. I am Louisa here to keep you informed and entertained. 早安，你好，欢迎收看 Louisa 报报，每天给你最新奇、最有趣的新闻。Nearly a year ago, Prince William and the now Catherine, Duchess of Cambridge, had the world, billions of people tuning in to their grand wedding at Westminster Abbey. And a year later, their popularity still remains. A special two-doll set of the royal couple have made their way to the shelves and are now up for grabs in stores. That's if you're fortunate enough to secure it. 威廉王子和凯特结婚将届满1年，现在已经有业者推出威廉跟凯特的娃娃，抢搭他们结婚周年纪念。不过，是不是大家都有想要抢着收藏呢？我们一起来看看。
It's a year since the wedding of the decade, and London toy store Hamleys is celebrating. It's taken delivery of a set of William and Kate dolls. They're made by Mattel, the world's biggest toy maker, and have already sold out in America and on some online websites. Head buyer at Hamleys, Laura Olver, says they're expecting a lot of interest.
Straight after the engagement, another manufacturer brought out a Catherine doll in the blue engagement dress, which took us by surprise, it's fair to be said. We sold about 30 times more than we originally forecast we would sell of that doll. And that was no question, it was Hamleys customers who are both tourists, obviously, and toy shop customers. And that combination of the doll and the tourist element really meant that we saw fantastic sales of that doll. So we're excited about the potential of this one.
British retailer Tesco was quick to copy Kate's designer engagement dress. Other high street shops favoured by the Duchess of Cambridge have also seen sales soar. And retail analyst Isabel Cavell says she sees no sign of her popularity waning.
The likes of Reese performed very well over the year. We're seeing LK Bennett, and we're seeing new fashion designers really spring up, which she semi-endorses, like Issa, which are now big names in fashion. So she really does have a major impact. She looks good in what she wears, and shoppers want to buy into that.
At £99, the dolls don't come cheap, but Mattel says they're more of a collector's item than a toy.
They're just beautiful. They're a young couple, and I think they represent like a modern marriage today. And I just love the both of them. They're a gorgeous couple.
Last year, it should have been out last year, shouldn't it? And it'd have been great. But now, it's Jubilee and Olympics. It's not them two anymore, is it?
They're ghastly. Absolute travesty, no.
So not everyone likes the dolls, but 1 year after their wedding, the royal couple are still hugely popular around the globe. And that can only be good news for Britain and the brands they favour.
And now turning to movie news, Michelle Williams may be torn between two lovers in her newest drama, Take This Waltz. But in real life, Williams has her decision clearly set when it comes to choosing her man. The actress who stayed mum about her burgeoning romance with Jason Segel did slightly reveal about the character she played, which involves leaving girlhood behind. 演员 Michelle Williams 最近到纽约参加 Tribeca Film Festival， 宣传她的新戏 Take This Waltz。在这部新片里，她尝试新的角色，要在丈夫和迷人的邻居之间做出选择。
Actress Michelle Williams hit the red carpet with co-star Luke Kirby at the premiere of their new collaboration, Take This Waltz, at the Tribeca Film Festival last weekend. Even though Take This Waltz is filmed earlier than My Week with Marilyn, with which Williams earned a Best Actress nomination from the Academy Awards, the newly released film still gets a great attention from the critics and viewers.
We made it 2 years ago, and I've been so excited for it to come out. So it's so hard to describe something. It's hard to describe something in an instant that's an entire film. But it's a movie about a relationship.
The film revolves around Williams' role, Margaret, a happily married woman whose comfortable relationship with her husband Lou, played by Seth Rogen, is disturbed when she finds herself attracted to her handsome and charismatic neighbor, Daniel, played by Luke Kirby. Williams' character is forced to choose between the familiar and content relationship with her husband and the new romance that is so affectionate and strong. Rather than describing her character from a right or wrong perspective, Williams sees the complexity of her role.
I always saw it as a coming-of-age story for my character about making that transition from being a girl to being a woman.
Luke Kirby, who made more appearances in TV series, plays Daniel. He said that director Sarah Polley has created a technically rich and sensual visual ambience in the movie.
It has a real richness, a sort of sensuality to it, and just in terms of technically, you know, that's just really nice to sit for a couple hours and be in that world. And then all these sort of things kind of wash over you, or you walk away sort of feeling haunted by it in some way.
Take This Waltz opened in Taiwan cinemas in February and will open in theaters in New York and Los Angeles on June 29.
And on the red carpet of the Los Angeles movie premiere for the dark film The Raven, John Cusack was not the only one who had the photographer snapping away. Cusack was accompanied by other cast members at the event, along with the bird that was there to set the mood. John Cusack 的最新作品惊悚片《The Raven》在洛杉矶举行首映会，首映会还真的带来一只乌鸦来营造毛骨悚然的气氛。In the gothic thriller The Raven, Cusack takes on the role as a 19th century writer, Edgar Allan Poe, who is forced to don a detective cap when his dark words became the inspiration for a twisted individual to kill. During the movie premiere at the historic Los Angeles Theater, Cusack talks about how Poe and a young Baltimore investigator, played by Luke Evans, team up in a quest to solve the horrific crime.
Edgar Allan Poe, as a genius and as a kind of a master who sort of gets enrolled or invited in that sort of metaphysical way into one of his own stories. And so by doing that, you get Poe having to sort of deconstruct Poe, and he has to find out who the mind of the killer is, but it's actually, he's having to explore his own stories and his own imagination. So rather than a straight biopic that you would see like on Masterpiece Theater, it's much more imaginative and talks in this, you know, gets involved in Poe's subconscious a little bit more.
Alice Eve and Brendan Gleeson also star in The Raven, which opens on April 27th in the U.S.
The night before last, a young girl and a mother were found murdered. The daughter's body was lodged in a chimney. The mother's head severed with a straight razor.
You're referring to one of my stories, a work of fiction.
I'm afraid I am not.
Do you actually think that I murdered these people?
What cannot be disputed is your imagination is the inspiration of a horrendous crime.
I love you, Edgar. Just be careful.
I believe the killer is taunting us. I challenge the brilliant detective mind of Edgar Allan Poe, a game of wits. If I will kill again, and on that new corpse, I will leave clues.
And action flick lovers, there's no time for anything else when all your favorite superheroes are getting together to save the world in the highly anticipated film The Avengers, which hits the big screen today. And we can guarantee that it's a joyous blend of heroism and humor, packed with wild battles in between. 众所期待的 Avengers 复仇者联盟今天就要抢先在台湾上映，马上就带你来看看这部集结了所有超级英雄的科幻动作片，喜欢 Marvel 系列的观众千万不要错过。
You were made to be ruled. In the end, it'll be every man for himself.
What do we do?
We get ready. There was an idea to bring together a group of remarkable people. So when we needed them, they could fight the battles that we never could. Gentlemen, what are you prepared to do?
No offense, but I don't play well with others.
Big man in a suit of armor. Take that away, what are you?
Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. Punisher will avenge it.
And do expect long lines in overcrowded cinemas today. And that's it for this edition. I am Louisa Lee, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Meanwhile, stay with CTS for the latest weather update and for more top stories.